A very warm good evening to all of you. Welcome to the 179th session of Centa's webinar series for teachers. I hope all of you are keeping safe and staying healthy. The topic for today's webinar is library and asset for learning and innovation. And the facilitator for this session is Miss Vipin Sharma. Very good evening to you, ma'am. A very warm welcome to you for this session. Before I hand over the session to Vipin Sharma, ma'am, a brief introduction about our facilitator today. Ms. Vipin Sharma is an ex-principal and advisor VBCV at Jamshedpur with an experience of 45 years. She has received National Teachers Award in 2013 from Honorable President of India, Sir Pranab Mukherjee. She has also received Chinmaya Gaurav Award from Swami Tejo Mayanandaji. Alankar Award from Plant Head Tata Motors, Mr. A.B. Lal. Best Principal Award from SOF School received Sanitation Award at national level, Yellow Band. ISA award for consecutive 6 years. She has also worked as teacher in charge, vice principal, and principal from 2002 to 2019, advisor till 2021. She has been conducting offline and online sessions for teachers and also principals. She has conducted 180 plus online sessions, and she believes that do your best and leave the best, leave the rest. A very warm welcome to you, ma'am. Before I hand over the session to our facilitator, Miss Vipin Sharma, I would like to inform all the teachers that they will receive participation certificates for the session. So please do fill out the feedback form that will be shared with you towards the end of the session. Over to you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, Harsha, and very good evening to one and all. Lovely teachers, I'm here for you. Today we are going to dwell on the topic library and asset for learning and innovation, learning and research, whatever way you want. But it is actually an asset for learning. So today we are going to dwell upon the points. Now, today I'm going to talk about its objectives, goals, meaning, types, library and asset, planning, role of schools, librarian, and successful library. Actually, if you ask me, library is not just a building where you can go and borrow books for a certain period of time. It means much more. It's a place where you can find books and other informative material. If you ask me, library is the nerve of the school. Okay. When we were small children, we had, most of us had been to library. उसमें कहते थे पुस्तकालय, वाचनालय, right? These are the places where we learn. Library is fundamentally an organized set of resources. They have physical components and intellectual component, very important. Physical and intellectual components. Not only that, they have collection policies that determine what material will be included, and the people who manage physical and intellectual components and interact with users to solve information problems. Library is the hub of knowledge. I believe our Gurudev has said, uh, you know, दीपज्योति परं ब्रह्म दीप सर्वतमोपहाः दीपेन साध्यते सर्वं शुभं दीपं नमो नमः शुभं दीपं namo namah. Deep is the lamp of knowledge. The teacher with the lamp of his knowledge, lights up the knowledge lamp of the child. And what is a place better than the library where they can really lit up the knowledge of the child? It's a knowledge center. It is hub of knowledge. Now, what is the objective of today's session? To expedite the systematic development of processes to collect, store, organize. Believe me, it is not only the librarian who handles library, but frankly speaking, the teachers need to, give their cooperative support. They need to help because library is an asset in the development of learning process. And who develops this process? The teachers. So it's a place that can be transformed for different types of learning, individual, peer, collaborative learning. So it is very important that we join our hands, the teachers and the librarian join hands so that they can promote delivery of information. It is cooperative effort of one and all. It's not just a source of reading books. Library means what? We go to library, read the books. No, 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 no. It's much more. It's much beyond that. A library is not just a source for reading books and newspapers. In fact, it's a much more. It's a soul nourishing place. Believe me, when I was a student, I loved to go to library. The books had a special fascination, I tell you. And it all depends on the teachers and the school, how they promote these habits so that objective can be fulfilled. To empower youngsters future ready, I will little touch upon NEP 2020. NEP 2020 speaks about holistic development of children that covers various areas, and definitely in 21st century skills, library is most important. When I move further, I will talk about a variety of the places where we can allow our children to read the books, and not only that, types of library, especially digital library. I would love to speak about that. So when we talk about 21st century skills, means we are talking about information technology. Okay, when we are talking about information technology, we talk about internet search and the results. So the objective of library is not only to allow the children to read the books, but how they can move further, how they can assimilate knowledge. As I said, Deepa Jyoti Param Brahma Deepa Sarvatamo Tapaha. So the teacher has to lit up. The teacher ignite the mind of children by allowing them to go to library, not allowing, encouraging them to use the library before school, after school, free periods. Then objective can be fulfilled. What is the goal? To assist the goal of library is to assist users by satisfying their needs. Local and universal access to information for management access and storage information stored in the collection of material that represents the holdings take leadership role in generation and dissemination of knowledge, architecture, and who can do it? The teachers. Let us not only depend on librarian. Librarian will organize things in the library. Definitely. She will collect the books, she'll collect periodicals, newspapers, everything. But what is the need of the students? We need to satisfy their needs. So what I suggest is that all it is not only a session for the librarian, but for the teachers, how they can make the best use of the library for themselves and for the students. Meaning of library. The word library is derived from a French word, the French word librairie. Okay, so what I want to say here is that this French word is very, very important. It speaks about, an organized collection and availability of information resources in the form of books, newspapers, periodicals. Yes, librarian will keep all these ready, but ultimately the teachers need to help the students so that they can gain the maximum. In fact, if you ask me, the libraries create literacy among the people, okay, among the students. Library enhance students' achievement. Whenever you have, any competitions, what the teacher in charge says, okay, go to library, get the books. Okay, so libraries serve many roles in learning. They serve practical roles in sharing expensive resources, physical resources like books and all. Human resources, they support instructional programs by responding to the request of the students and teachers. As I was talking about newspapers, periodicals, but who helps? The teachers. So human resources, libraries have a cultural role in preserving everything. So library is very, very important. Types of library I'll be talking about. The school library, academic library, research library, reference library, public library, national libraries, digital library. There are plenty of libraries we are talking about. School library, one on the campus of schools to serve the students and faculty of particular institution. A library can act as a local museum, okay, for displaying the type of information. It is not just a source for reading the books, it is much more, as I already said. So, the academic library is the one that located in the campus of the schools. And not only that, the greatest benefit is that the books the child can get, read, take it home. To support the students and the teachers, Okay, the librarian has to play an active role, but at the same time, these are basically attached to a parent body. So there's opportunity for self development. Okay, just one sec. I'll switch off my mobile. Okay. Now, then academic library, tutoring support, a fundamental tool that leads to content knowledge. Process implies individual or group instruction. This is about, I'm talking about school library. All the schools have library. What is the, best use of the library is the teacher's role. Improves educational climate and personal growth. So browsing a catalog in library provides a global view for people engaged in specialized study. In many respects, libraries serve as centers of interdisciplinary places. Not everything is available on internet, okay, whatever it is, but digital libraries have importance. But academic library basically speaks about the use of the library for the growth of the children, for the growth of their mindset. I tell you, the best results in the school are procured with the educational climate. And where can educational climate be there? Where can personal growth happen? It's all in the library. I think all the schools have libraries, and there's a big caption written, silence, please. Okay, silence, please. Why? Because that's a silent zone. Library is a silent zone. There, the students concentrate, learn. One key thing everyone should tell the students, it depends on assimilation. Whatever knowledge you assimilate, that comes out. So it leads to content knowledge. Okay. So what is important, the child goes, gets the book, and tries to enhance the best results in any activity or results in board examinations or for the growth of children, for the holistic growth. Library plays the most important role. I tell you, library is the face value of the school. If you ask me what is the face value of the school, labs, library, and definitely the results. These three key figures are, teachers are important, agreed, but I'm talking about the infrastructure. Library is the best way to talk about the face value of the school, labs, and the teachers are there to guide children. So this is the face value of the school. I tell you, in Jamshedpur, our school library, Vidya Bharati Chinmaya Vidyalaya, it is the best. Towards the end of the session, I'll show you two pics. There is digital library and physical library. This academic library is physical library. It is very, very important that how libraries do help the children. Helps in building trust, empathy, honesty, higher level of thinking. Yes, it develops HOT, higher order thinking skills. It develops cognitive skills. It develops understanding. It develops comprehension. All these can happen in the library. So humble request to all the teachers to motivate children to use the best of the library. In the morning, the library can be open for the children. Maybe 1 hour, half an hour, whatever it suits to the school. After school, also school gets over, also it should be open. Why? So that the students go, learn, assimilate. The key word is assimilation. The more they assimilate, the output will be better. Research library, this is really, really great. Nowadays, this research library is very, very important. A research library is an expertise collection of materials on one or more subjects, okay, that contains in depth the collection of material. Library research is an integral component of research products. No, you can say, madam, what is use of research in school? No, the base has to be set. No, they are playing an increasing role in educating researchers. Researchers are not made in a day. The seeds have to be sown in the school. So in recent years, many libraries have demonstrated that they can seize opportunities to help institutions to respond to changes in the research environment. They are critically important in helping researchers to exploit the full benefits and opportunities. But how? Through high quality research. You know, they, in most cases, research libraries are attached to research institution. This is very important. This is an overage. Gone are the days. Go to library, get the books, return after 5 days or 1 week. Fine, that is school's decision. 1 week or 15 days, nobody. But at the same time, research libraries have a vital role to play. The collection of the library books and services provided in the research creates a gateway to scholarly communication. Okay, so it is very important that we need to, make library a hub of research. Believe me, when long back when I was in the school and my principal used to get the books for the library, I used to wonder why we get such high quality books. Then I had a discussion. He told me, the better the books in the library, the child grows better. Yes, we should not keep only the, books what is supplementing to the academic. That can be a part of that. How they can improve academics can be a supplement, but at the same time, how the knowledge can, be enhanced, how the students can be provoked for innovations. Okay, I tell you, in our school, there are a variety of books on science, geography that hammer, okay, the children's mind for research, that ignites their minds for research, frankly speaking. So all the schools can go different ways. They can find out from the, now this Google is master. He can guide for everything. You can also check how research libraries can be developed in school. There can be a corner, good books, very good, where the scholars, the books related to higher knowledge to be placed. So increasing participation of researchers in library is very, very important. That needs to take more responsive measures and need to be actively involved with the research process. Librarians need to figure out where they stand in equation and how best they can support researchers in which capacity can be achieved. A research library supports scholarly and scientific research that includes so many things. Reference library, all the schools must have reference libraries. There is a section where the books are not allowed. It doesn't lend books. The child has to be there and refer to. This can be the best way, again, to ignite the minds of children and enhance their knowledge. The books must be read at the library. Now, what will happen? If the reference library, they will go read right over there and, take away the material, written material. It will help them. The reference section is the best section that refers the books of all variety of books, I should say. This is different. This is public library, accessible by the general public, funded by taxes. This is okay. Not for profit, fine. National library, this is very important. Okay. I think you are well aware of the national libraries of India. But again, some libraries, got plundered and whatever. But again, these are rebuilding. So national library is established by a government as a country's repository of information. They include, we should all know, they include rare, valuable, significant resources, collect and preserve the literature of the nation. This is important. Unlike public libraries, these rarely allow citizens to borrow. Yes, this is national books of national interest because these are really valuables. No, this is something different. This is talking about National Digital Library of India, NDLI, headquartered in IIT Kharagpur. Okay, India's largest online learning platform, a premier gateway to over 48 million ebooks. Just imagine ebooks. I am sure all the schools can plan ebooks in their school library. First, plan for digital library, e-library. Then you plan for ebooks in the library because we have to move with the technology. Otherwise, we will be left behind. Has nearly 3 million regular users. This is address, no, website address www.ndl.iitkgp. IIT stands for Kharagpur.ac.in. Okay. Then, UNESCO and International Federation of Library Association and Institution Europeana, a pan-European virtual library, grants its 500,000 users. Just look into the line. 500,000 users access to almost 58 million digital contents every year. Okay. Now, there's a National Institute of Rural Development, Hyderabad. This is in Kolkata. So these are, best digital libraries I'm talking about. Now, what is digital library? As I spoke about, this is electronic learning, virtual library, library without walls, hybrid library. I will show you towards the end of the session video on digital library, it shows that it is hybrid. In our school also, we have two libraries. One is physical library, one is e-library. I'll show the towards the end. Okay, so hybrid library, physical site or website, data stored locally, accessed globally. That is digital library. Stores a wide range of content, ebooks, magazines, and in Chinmaya, what has happened, good lectures have been recorded and kept in the digital library. When the students are free, sometimes they go talk to the in charge and say, ma'am, can we see our sir's lecture again? Why not? That is the benefit of digital. See, the best teachers in the school, definitely one or the other day, they have to retire. Why not to keep a knowledge repository? Why not to take their knowledge as an asset for the future generations? It will also help. So if you have digital library, this is going to be a great help. Okay. Now, benefits are digital library I'm talking about, a heightened amount of choice, building a heritage of next generation, and easier information, instant access to resources, less space, hyperlinking. These are the benefits of this. And we are, enjoying this. Really, it's very, very good because digital library has its own benefit. Now, digitally, we'll talk after the session again. Digitally, everything is available. When we talk of digital India, we talk of digital currency, we talk of digi lockers. Okay, now we talk of Google Pay, everything through digital. Why not to have digital library? It will give an over edge to the schools. And I'm sure if you have not the enough room, you can request the principal to dedicate 10 computers in one room. Make a beginning. So what? How the things can be stored. I think computer teachers are the best to help over there to develop this. Digital library is call of the day. It's call of the time. And everything is being digitalized. Why not this? And slowly, I'm sure, maybe after 10 years or 15 years, I don't know, the books also will be all in digital form. Some are available. We need to get the rights to allow our students to access those books. Slowly, things are changing. I never undermine the physical books. Definitely open the book, enjoy. Why, my God, very fine. But at the same time, it has limitations. Every year, like in ours, we do stock verification. All the old books are discarded and we replace the new ones. When it is digital, it's in the clouds. It's always available. So slowly, slowly, we all should look into that and try to have digital libraries in school, as I just requested and suggested. Talk to the principal, have at least 10 computers. We started with 4 or 5, I don't remember now. Now we have 62 computers in the digital library. Yes, that's we named it e-library, electronic library. All admission tests happen over there. Okay, students see they can access internet with the help of the teacher. And all there are many other things that are happening in the digital library. But once you start, you will search and you will do it. Now, role in 20. This is important. How do these digital libraries support teaching and learning? Software and electronic database, specialized tools. Okay, so this digital library helps in all the ways, social and intellectual roles in the bringing together people across the world. An online library, as I said, it is a digital collection objects, an online database, digital projects, audio, video, digital document. This can happen slowly, start with a room and move forward. Okay. The best part is it is accessible through any digital device 24 into 7. Sophisticated digital brings together people with formal and informal professional learning. I tell you, you open the Google, everything is available. Sophisticated, I never undermine anything, but I want to say that how we can grow in this 21st century. It is important. We need to know the electronic importance of electronic media, e-media, everything is getting in the newspapers. There was a time we used to wait for the newspapers. Now, newspapers are downloaded immediately. In the schools also, I think the teachers might have this. So why not to make it accessible in the library? So please start digital library, make it hybrid library, make two libraries, one physical, one, digital. Now, access to primary information supports multimedia, network accessibility, user-friendly, hypertext links for navigation. This is very important. Client server advanced, put everything into crowds, nothing will go off. It's very good. Integration with other digital libraries. This is very important. You can talk about in the various places of the country wherever digital libraries are available. Have connectivity. Move forward. Supports research. A library now whether it's a digital library or whether it is uh, e-library, but it also definitely helps the research work. That is why the libraries are so important because it helps the research work. It's source of knowledge for everyone, meets the research needs. Okay, most research scholars are attached to digital libraries. This is important. Now, many educations have set up e-libraries, digital libraries, and have a positive impact on student academic achievement. Help all to do better. Library learning hubs, homework helps. See, this pandemic, what happened? Many schools already have tuned to digital library. Do you think library were closed for 1 year? Whatever possible, all the schools did that. So students use technology and the latest information resources. Library and asset, importance of library. This all source of knowledge for students, for teachers, high quality research, student achievement, innovations, mindset development, college and career readiness. All these are available in the library. I think all the schools are getting various books and modules on how to enhance the knowledge power of the children. Learning atmosphere. It creates learning atmosphere, source of information on latest development. We cannot ignore the importance of library, cannot be ignored. I openly said library is the face value of the school. Why? It shows how the students are using library for their development, for their growth, for their results, for the activities. And this is what NEP 2020 says. This is what 21st century skills says. So library plays a vital role in the growth. Source of knowledge for students. Yes, it is very, very important. They get extra and valuable information. It's a local museum of sorts and provides extensive information on a variety of subjects. You can see the book. I tell you, in Jamshedpur, when I was in a women's college, we had a library, not exactly, but like this only. I still at the back of my mind, I remember it was two-tier library, and the books were. We wanted to go up, but sometimes it was difficult. We used to take permission and move up. It's very good. It's just an example. Better learning by students helps in developing good habits. This is again very, very important. Better learning by students helps in developing good habits. Library helps in developing the race for reading and acquiring knowledge among the readers. It's source of knowledge for all. Not everything is available on the internet. Digital libraries are not the internet, and the internet is not free. So, what is important? We need to give various source of knowledge to the students. So, this is a very, very important aspect. Teachers update subject knowledge not only for students. No, knowledge is rapidly advancing and there are changes coming up in the old concepts and theories. So the development of new vistas with amazing capabilities require the teachers as well as students to update themselves. So there has been innovations, researches, okay, all. So and this is in accordance with the widening vistas. It helps the everyone developing scientific attitude, and not only that, good habits. High quality research is convenient. Access to high quality research provides an environment that encourages development of scientific attitude. It is very important. So scientific attitude that contributes positively to an institution's reputation. Yes, I agree here. When research that it adds to the face value of the school. It helps developing scientific. No, not only that, CBSE also has introduced so many activities for the development of scientific attitude and scientific temper. So when we talk of high quality research, that temper comes into our mind. When education proves that libraries have a positive impact on academic achievement, already I spoke about that. School libraries are learning hubs and homework help centers. They are use technology and the latest information resources. So, library plays a vital role in the development of children because the knowledge arena is exploding day by day, and the teachers and the students need to up them. Moreover, I tell you, the students are very smart, and the teachers need to outsmart them. So, what is more important? Sometimes can be collaboration, no doubt, but the students look up at the teachers. So, it is very important that a well-informed to know that a well-informed teacher is always a source of inspiration. So student achievement, teacher achievement, both are possible in the good library. Mindset that stimulates memory and innovation, builds reading capacity. I tell you, the CBS examinations begin with comprehension. And what is the best way to develop comprehension? Library, silent reading, understanding. That is why it builds reading capacity, instills confidence in reading in multiple formats, a source of inspiration for all. For teachers, I tell you, when I was a teacher during summer vacation or winter break or puja break, whatever, we teachers will go to library and collect or get the books of our choice. Sometimes story books, okay. Sometimes the books of high knowledge. We have Vedas too. It all depends. I'm not talking that you do that, but at the same time, if really the teachers want to develop, they need to ensure that library has different variety of books, not only subject books. Subject oriented is one aspect, but how reading habit can develop, how the innovations can happen, how research can happen is uh, matter to be thought of. Libraries can be gateways to important information about colleges and careers, individual, peer, and collaborative learning. Well equipped school libraries enable all students to explore resources. Learning atmosphere, this is the best. Libraries create lifelong learners. Reading habit is the best. When the students start reading, they start developing their mind. Okay. Promotes individual and group learning, fosters a safe, and I tell you, library teaches, discipline as well. Yes. Enhances comprehension, develops habit of silent reading. It creates lifelong learners. I already spoke about that. Creates a positive school culture. This is very, very important. Positive school culture for students' growth and development. Productive use of leisure time is the best. How your free time can be utilized. Everyone is welcome. Exclusive visual environment, ethnic background, wall art courts. Wall art court can be for small children. Calm space for educational needs, fantasy and imagination. This is for the small children. There should be three libraries. One for the students of KG to 5 or nursery to 5, it depends on the school. All these can be there. Wall art codes, calm space, fantasy imagination, classic novel, short, small, with pictorial novels, I should say. Allow from one world to another, world of fantasy, okay, for small children. Make such a library, okay. We learn cultures across the world. Yes, library. Yes, we learn the culture. What are the ways you can think of? Planning, this is short video.
This is a
which,
prototype of
okay,
reimagining
1 minute
the
video.
library for today's students. First thing we've done is design a library with lots of little spaces that can be easily reconfigured for different groups' needs. We've also incorporated lots of easy and fun ways to collaborate with technology. There's open Wi-Fi everywhere, cell phones are welcome, there's QR codes and electrical outlets that are easy to access. Students are invited to bring their own devices, and we even have a hashtag for our library. This library has a makerspace with things like tool corners, a 3D printer, and even an artist corner. And outside, there are additional spaces like a kiln and a garden space. We hope students will see this as their community, a place where they can participate in group activities, go to expert presentations, be a part of book clubs, discussion groups, and maker
I
demos.
think you got a little idea how to go about. Okay, it depends on the schools. Planning school library as per CBSE guidelines. Minimum number of magazines and newspapers in the library, senior library, secondary, middle school. Okay, these are the number of books. Okay, 50 plus 4, 40 plus 4, it all depends. Okay, these should be magazines and newspapers in the library. Other 5 books per child is a mandatory norm by CBSE. We all must be aware of. Primary 10 plus 2, okay, 10 magazines and 2 newspapers can be, let them develop reading. We cannot say everything when the child grows. No, it has to make compulsory right from the beginning. Class library, role of schools. Okay, vision of a library with good practices that ignites the minds. Need to create specific areas I spoke about. Maybe in your school it is not possible, but at least some place can be, kept for the children. Library is the hub of knowledge. We need to take care. Okay, provide specialists who have project and information expertise. Competent marketing of available services of library is needed. What is important? How you can make library research library? How you can make it, a hub of knowledge for the children? Role of schools to procure research material, to provide and promote access to external research, need to be more strategic about where they focus on research subject materials. It is important. Training program to develop research skills. As I said, we cannot say we'll do PhD afterward. That is different issue. A higher idea of research is how the seeds of research can be sown in the mind of children. That is the essence of training program. So, digitization of academic material, use of electronic resources, electronic collection of textbooks. As I was talking about, you need to take permission from the publishers and do it. Focusing embedded librarianship. The role of librarian is great, which I will be talking about. Okay. Library is not only important, the role of library is equally important, who will provide enriching knowledge to the children. Staff to be upgraded. Yes, this is high time when everyone, all the teachers need to be upgraded. Not only librarian, we all need to join hands and see we all need to join hands and see that how we can, enhance the library. Library research consultants can be hired. This is beautifully mentioned. How you can hire the consultants. That is important. How research. Role of librarian I was talking about. Not only power of words on the page, but spoken words, R&D. What is research and development program for teenagers who want to go for adventuring? Okay, so e-library, as I was talking about, not a building or infrastructure, but a magnetic place for children. My God, they love computers, they love mobiles, everything. So why not to make it more attractive? That is role of librarian. A trained lab, this is beautifully mentioned. A trained librarian is a powerful search engine with heart. I'll show you a short video of the librarian. It doesn't have video, only you can see the words. I will call up later, okay? See, that is the role of the librarian. Again, to support instructional programs, teachers and students, responsive service, and by initiating activities for teachers and students being proactive to figure out how best they can support researchers, to promote in-depth learning. This librarian, academic librarian, is reacting to research needs collaborative partners. They need collaborations. That is important. The custodian of resources provided to activities ranging from collection development to organization of knowledge. We love librarians. They make library unique. Wow. I loved my librarian. So contributing towards successful completion of research, towards knowledge creation with their skills, that is the librarian. Okay. Not only power of words, as I said, but R&D program for teens is a building little connections, relationships. See, sorry to say that most of the children they don't want to go to library. Sorry, but doesn't matter. But it is in you. It's me. It's the people behind the desk pointing for the perfect book on making craft. Who is that? Librarian. It's a habit that has to be developed. Successful library of the future. Design the vision of a library that evolves and responds with enthusiasm. Promote research and acquire material. The change learning environment. Flipped classroom, a pedagogical model. This is very, very important. Flipped classroom, a pedagogical model. High quality content. A team to work collaboratively. Inquire about lecture content, interact with one another after a variety of mediums so that students have the option to engage with different forms of information. So that it will be successful library. Have the books, different books, variety of books, look into the need of children. This is very, very important. Okay. We transformed research centers. Research libraries are established to meet research needs, such as stocked with authentic material with quality content. That is the catch. Quality content is the catch. Sustain develop collections. Reference section need to be well established. Alignment with 21st century skills. Social and collaborative learning. Have a social learning area with a comfortable environment. I'll show you the picture toward the end. In our library, there's a sofa where when somebody wants can relax. So what? Doesn't matter. The teacher, principal, sometimes the students when they're there, teachers are not there. Organize literary festivals, author visits, theme parties. The librarian has to celebrate book day, international book day, in book day. Not only that, they can celebrate book week also. How the students can be glued can be to their work and come to library. That is important. Conclusion. Before I will show two videos before I conclude. One minute, I'll go back.
Search versus research. This is Google. Chances are you have used Google to search on the internet for information, from news about your favorite sports team, to cupcake recipes, to well, cat videos. You might have even used Google to research your school paper, even when you have been told not to. There is nothing wrong with starting your research in Google, especially when you're just getting to know a topic. Google and other search engines are a powerful tool that makes finding information easier and faster. But when you do research, you're not simply searching for information or facts. You're actually putting different pieces of information together to find patterns, correlations, and connections. For example, if you want to find out what the capital of Taiwan is, the fastest way to do so is to Google. But if you want to connect the importance of Taipei to Taiwanese culture and history, or if you want to compare Taipei to another city such as Beijing, you need to move beyond search to research. Research involves using multiple resources, trying different search keywords, and thinking critically about the information you have found. Research is iterative. It is not a straight line, but a cycle of inquiry and discovery. If search is a car ride that takes you from point A to point B, research is a stroll through the woods. There might not be a clear direction or destination, and you might get lost or need to double back multiple times. But It will also take you to unexpected and interesting places. Research can be frustrating because there are so many directions to go. But it is also exciting and rewarding when you have forged your own path and arrived at your own destination. Remember, search is seeking the answer, research is seeking the question. So take your time strolling through the woods and enjoy the journey.
I think that is quite, emphatic and elaborate itself. So, conclusion is libraries stand for a certain freedom, privacy of thoughts, and search and exploration. I think by the time you must have been clear about search and research. They stand for private study in a social space. They are safe place of sanctuary. Idea is the school needs to work on the libraries, physical library, e-library, and how the students can be motivated. The books must have a higher standard other than the study material that is used for the day to day. Now, before I conclude, finally, there is one more video. No, no, 1 minute. I'll go back. Just one sec. Give me one. Yeah, 1 minute.
Library services are absolutely crucial to students. The new digital library is an investment of £1.5 million. We are getting a new library management system. It involves a new search engine, so our students will be able to find books, the online materials, and e-books easily. And it also involves, which is really exciting for us, is a reading list management system, so that books that are recommended by lecturers for modules are easily found by the students. And what is going to be quite a major benefit, I think, is getting rid of our paper-based into library loan forms, because it will all be done online at the click of a button. So hopefully within 24 hours we can get that resource to the students. All of our lecture materials will be available 24 hours a day. And of course, the library itself is open 24 hours a day for good parts of the year now. With the online material, yes, we buy e-books, e-journals, e-text, wherever possible to supplement and support the course.
So both the libraries have their own, benefits. This is physical library of Chinmaya, which I was talking about. How the books are, displayed. There's a sofa when there's they want to. Some students when they want, especially it is for the teachers and the guests. But yes, it depends on. So there are various sections of the books library. This can be the best library. Where it can accommodate about 70 students at a time, although they don't come at a time. But yes, this is an example of physical library of Chinmaya Jamshedpur. This is of digital library. You see how there are 62 computers and how these are demarcated. Okay, the students come. There are two library in charges. There are two people who monitor students. They guide students. They can browse internet with the permission of a principal, if they and the librarian. But if they want, they also can search Google for their study material. They can take permission. They can download. They can use it. But for printout, they need to take permission. What I want to say is we need to move forward. And as I said, the prominent lectures of senior teachers have been recorded and kept in a digital form in the library. Okay, so when they want, they can come after school or they want to revise, they can do it. So these are the benefits of digital library. But at the same time, I will definitely reiterate that school's library is very important. We cannot get away from physical library. We have to have, but at the same time, if you want to move further, we need to have e-library. We have to go with the time. We have to, because this is accessible 24 into 7, if the school permits. Okay. And otherwise, we have not given permission. If they want, they can, because the students are students, no. They are allowed to come to library and have the access to whatever they feel is good for their own growth, for the knowledge, for the competition, and some more benefits. I would like to conclude wisdom is the assimilated knowledge in us, gained from the intelligent assimilation from our own experience. Okay. And where there is light, darkness cannot be. Where knowledge has come, ignorance must quit, said Swami Chinmayanandaji. So, what is more important is the teacher with the lamp of knowledge lit up the lamp of knowledge of the child and let them grow. The teacher grows, the student grows, okay, and everyone grows, okay. This is here I conclude. Harsha, I'm concluding. Any questions they can ask, okay. I'm stopping sharing now, okay.
Sure, ma'am.
Yeah.
Uh, Actually, there is a question by Chetana ma'am that she wants you to share the link of e-library of IIT Kharagpur. What you showed on the slide, no, ma'am.
Okay.
If you can just
Okay.
share that slide,
Mm-hmm. Then
they can make a
I have
note of
come
it.
out. So let me represent. I'll do it
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
I'll do the
Sure, 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 sure. Yeah.
yeah. तो सिखा लो, सिखा लो। आवाज आ रही है। There are two slides. I'll be showing both. Okay.
Sure,
Mm,
ma'am.
yeah. This is really very important. They should look into that. Digital library, digital. See, this is National Library. Yeah. They can note down this www.ndl.iitkgp.ac.in. Okay. Is it okay? Shall I move further?
Just a minute, ma'am. If you
Okay.
can do the slideshow, ma'am, that would be a great help for the audience.
Okay. Okay. I'll do that. This is 15 number. Yeah. Then I'll go to one more slide, which also has some, as such websites which they can note down and they can see. This is wonderful. Then it is India. My God, NDLI is of IIT Kharagpur. Okay. Can I move to next? You can
Yes,
click
ma'am.
also, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Harsha, you can click.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Then
you can move
this is
further.
the,
Yeah,
these are two
yeah.
more slides you
You
can
can
visit.
hold on for a few seconds,
Yeah,
ma'am,
yeah,
so that,
yeah.
yeah.
Definitely. I have no issue. I can keep it like this. They can ask questions further if any. Have they noted? Harsha?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
You can click and you can put in the chat box if they want. No issue.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing that, ma'am. Give me a
Okay.
minute time. Yeah.
No, no, it's okay. Shall I close, Harsha?
Uh,
Harsha, am I
yes,
audible?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, I'm there. Any question?
Yeah. I think we need to wait for a minute or two, ma'am, so
Okay.
that our audience will ask the questions on the chat box.
Okay. I can
Yeah.
see. Okay. But
Yeah.
you pick better, because there could be similar questions.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Sure. Actually, there are many, many, what to say, ma'am, full of appreciation towards
Oh.
your session, ma'am.
But I want the questions. If any doubt, I'm there to clarify. And again,
Yeah, ma'am.
finally, to
So
sum
that's
up,
why,
I will
ma'am, we
say
need to,
that
yeah, we need to wait for a minute or two, ma'am.
it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Library is very, very important. Hub of knowledge. My God, this is the best place in the school. Oh,
Ma'am, I think there are no questions because the webinar, I mean, the session was so good that all our teachers have gone through the slides in detail, and it was very in detailed one, ma'am, about the library, how the teachers as well as the students can use it at the utmost, I mean, the utmost usage of the library, both digital as well as the physical one,
physical.
ma'am. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you, Vipin ma'am, for a very engaging and informative session for our community of teachers. I am sure that our teachers have got a lot and lot of takeaways from this session. Thank you so much, all the participants, for engaging with us today. To register more for more such upcoming webinars, please visit my center. Once again, thank you, ma'am. Thank you to all the
Welcome.
participants.
Welcome, Santa, for allowing me. Thanks, Harsha. I love the participants. They liked it. That's my, I can say I'm very happy for that. Anyhow, they can ask questions to you personally. You can put me back. I can answer anytime. Okay.
Definitely, ma'am. Definitely.
Thank you.